Beneath the wacky woohoo pizzaman personality lies a broken person. Somebody who pretty much lost his entire family at a young age. And to make matters worse, when he discovered that his brother was actually alive all this time, he ends up losing him again after meeting him for a single evening. If that wasn't enough, later on in life he loses him again. Can this guy catch a break? Actually, yes. At the end of Devil May Cry 5, he wraps things up with his brother. And of course, while they still have a sibling rivalry, they are on good terms. And most importantly, neither of them are alone now. Hiding depression with a jokey attitude is not something new, but Dante does it so incredibly well that people kind of forget that he is, traumatized. Still, at the end of the day, don't be like him. It's fine to jest, obviously, but if you've got something going on, it's always best to share it with someone, even if you are a badass with a big fucking sword. And speaking of which, Vergil. Much like Dante, Vergil also believed to have lost everything, and that is what started his search for power. Power. In Vergil's view, might makes right. If you're strong enough, nobody can hurt you or the people close to you. It goes without saying that this line of thinking is not something that can help for an extended period of time. No matter how strong you become, you will always have moments of vulnerability. What are you gonna do then? Sure, you might be able to shag some chick, but later on that's gonna come back and bite you. Actually, never mind. That little bite might be enough to help you realize that actually, being vulnerable at times is a good thing. And we can see the same thing happen with Raiden. I like to think of Raiden as someone who tries to live his life in spite of his past. But he could only really fulfill his goal after truly accepting who he is. Him admitting that he cannot hide who he is, and that it's basically impossible for him to live a normal life, is what led him to taking out Armstrong, and potentially saving millions in the process. As he said in the beginning of the game,
"There's a saying I like. One sword keeps another in the sheath. Sometimes the threat of violence alone is a deterrent. Sometimes by taking a life, others can be preserved."
He could not have done this without accepting who he is, without accepting his past. Obviously though, sometimes our past can be a dirty reminder of a terrible mistake. But just because we have a reminder, it's also good to remember. You can always stop being part of a mistake, starting now. You know, my grandpa used to say that when you hit a nail into a table, you can always pull out the nail, but the hole will remain. Speaking of holes, with Leon's case, everyone wants to be like him, because it's wrong if it ain't Wong. Jokes aside, it's good to find common ground and even relate to some of these characters to some extent. But at the end of the day, you know who you should relate to? That's right, Ichiban Kasuga. I don't want to go too deep into Yakuza, but I will just say that Ichiban is basically a ray of sunshine. A guy who basically lost everything he ever had, and then proceeded to build himself up from zero, all the while forging some unbreakable bonds along the way. Everyone says that they need a good friend in life. Well, here's my question for you. How about you become that good friend for somebody else? I believe that one of the most vital messages of Yakuza Like a Dragon is hidden in one of the karaoke sections. To be exact, during the song, The Future I Dreamed Of. And actually, let me take it a step further. Do you know when it's the best time to start doing something? That's right, that would have been yesterday. The second best time, however, is now. If you have any goals, or anything that you want to do or achieve, remember, it's not too late. It's never too late. I truly hope that you will have some beautiful days ahead of you, and as always, I will see you again, soon. Take care, everybody.
You may rest here too, if you like.
成り上がるぜ世界で一番かっこよくて強い勇者になり上がるぜ世界で一番君を